Hello YouTubers, this is John. I'm the boat builder guy, or boat motor builder guy. Just want to say hi. This is actually the start of my boat motor build, I guess you could say. Once again, as I stated before, these are parts that were found that were basically going to be thrown away. You know, they were going to be tossed, they were going to be thrown in the landfill. And my goal here was to actually take these parts and repurpose them, reuse them. I think it's a waste to actually throw away good pieces and parts. But I just want to kind of start off with actually start with the bottom up, so to speak. So I was going to start with the lower unit. As you can see, I do have the midsection here. I did clean that up. And as far as, around the surface there, I got off some gook. And also, I was going to use the red lower unit gear case, but as I was looking at it, I found out it had a hole in it where it would, actually on the side here, that's not it, but, it would allow water to come in and ruin the gear case. So I did go in the garage. My garage is just full of old boat motors and parts, but I did find this one which would work. It's made by the same company, which is OMC, that makes Evinrude and Johnson's. It's around the same year. This is actually in pretty good shape. I actually did a air pressure test through the gear case, which it held air really well, which means there's not any leaks. It has good seals. The other thing I liked about it is that it has a propeller on it already. So with this particular one, I just want to kind of show you the different parts. This hole here is actually for the water. There's a water pump right here that actually pushes water up through a tube, which is actually this guy right here to cool the engine. This part right here is actually the gear shifter. You can see there's some threads. This actually hooks up to the gear shifter on the outside. When you move it, it goes up and down, which actually puts it either in forward gear, neutral, or even in reverse gear. This here is actually the main shaft. This actually hooks up to the crankshaft of the engine. This actually twirls around and actually moves the gears and also the propeller. So I kind of want to show you as far as at least the first step of putting on the lower unit. Okay, and as you can see, this has a unique pattern with bolt holes and everything. As stated, as I said before, it's actually a copper tube, which is the water line that would go to the engine for coolant. What I need to do is actually line these up, that tube, that water hose, with this hole, as well as at the same time lining up these, the main shaft as well as the gear shifting rod. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. It's going to be a little difficult. Spencer, my son, who's 4, was playing with my tripod, and he misplaced it, so that's why this is a little shaky. But here, first of all, what I'm going to do is just kind of show you. You kind of want to line it up. Well, actually, I have this backwards. You want to line it up where this oval kind of meets the same shape of this oval. Also, since this is the rod, I'm so sorry guys, this is the rod, you kind of have to line everything up. Alright, and it's kind of a tight fit. Alright, and you kind of wiggle it around, hopefully. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Come on, baby. Come on, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You can do it. Oh, come on. It's like my first prom date. I'll try to be proper here. But you want to wiggle. Get those lined up. You don't want to force it because you can do some damage and you may bend something. and that's one thing you do not want to do. I wish I had better lighting here for you guys to see. That would be very helpful. Oh, come on, dude. Being a jerk. This was working before. Oh, there we go. Alright, so there we go. Got it slid in. Now you want to make sure that that copper hose matches up with that little nubby. So hopefully we slide it in. Alright, well that wasn't helping. That wasn't doing it right. Let's try this again. Let's do it this way. Yeah, here. That's better. Take a break. See, lining them up. And perfecto. Got it all lined up like that. Looks pretty good. Here, I gotta log out of work. And yeah, I'm working in my office here from home. Alright, now what I want to do now is, for the time being, is I have the screws. So what I want to do is place the screws in ahead of time, just so I don't lose them. One at a time. So another one here. As you can see, it's still kind of off kiltered. So I'll try to kind of maneuver it. We have to pull it back up here. Maybe it's better to take them out. That might be better. Alright, so I'm going to try to line them up like that. So I'll start with one. This guy. Wiggle it until you feel it. I'll just kind of screw it in. At least get it started. Alright, I'm not going to bore you and screw them in all the way, because I know I get bored when I have some guy, screw it all in. Watch me do it. 5 minutes later, okay, this is boring. So I'll get these actually screwed in. Same thing, the back should also line up once you get the fronts. Okay? So I'll just kind of do these real quick. And then my goal here is to flip it up. And alright, so let's pretend these are on, and I end up, well, screw it. Let me flip this guy over. Now, as you can see, you now have the shaft, which is right here. This will, the engine will place on it, and then you can see it. This is the gear shifting rod. Now, this mechanism here hooks up to it. You can see it has a little hole, which eventually I'm going to have to line up, which right now I'm not going to do. I'll do that in a later video, because it does take some time to kind of line it up. But once you get it lined up and put in that little hole, there's actually some little bolts that will screw in to hold it all together. And I already went ahead and put on the gear shifter here, but once again, I know I'm kind of dinking around here, but I kind of wish Spencer was here, because he's kind of keeps me on my toes, makes it pretty light and funny, you know, and especially when I say a bad word. He said, "That's okay, Daddy. I won't tell Mama." I'm like, "Thank you, boy." I get him some candy, and but, you know, once again, I'm kind of getting a little carried away here. My main goal here was to show you how to get the lower unit on. Oh, actually, it popped on. Huh. Boop. Well, you know what? While we're here, let me go ahead and show you the little screws in. Ugh. Yeah, I know. I'm working. I was doing this at work. I was trying to actually video or do, you know, the taping during work. I thought this day before Thanksgiving, I really thought it'd be a low call volume day. I was totally wrong. It was so busy, guys. I was like, Well, I thought I had a break, so I'd start videoing, you know, start my intro, telling you about, hey, this is the lower unit. Then a call would pop on, and one time, the first time I forgot, I left the camera on, but because of the type of work that I do in the call center, it's something I had to delete, just because I'm dealing with clients with their personal information. That's not something I can do. Alright, well, basically, I'll have to tighten that down, but as you can see, once it's tightened down, you have the lower mechanism here, and it's hooked up to that. If you move the shifter, you see it pulls it up, down. Alright, that's probably neutral. This is forward, it's neutral, it's backwards. So, but I'll tighten her up, button her up. I still need to clean. Oh, you didn't see that, did you? Reverse, neutral, up. But it's doing that. You can see that shifting rod. I'll still need to clean this up. I did order a gasket, space gasket. It's where the engine's going to lay on. The cool thing about the boat motor engine is, it's all water cooled. This is where the water comes through, goes around, comes through here. There's holes in the engine that water circulates from the lake. The exhaust comes out here and goes in here. This actually quiets it down, and it goes out the back. Bloop, bloop. But anyways, I'll conclude this video here. I know I keep telling you I'm not a professional camera person, and I don't claim to be. I'm trying my best. I'm going to try to probably get something like a YouTube editor where I can edit out like mistakes and stuff that I made. But for the time being, I hope you're patient with me and work with me. As I always say though, and I always stress this, and I will stress this every time, I want you to know, you can do anything you put your heart desire to. Don't limit yourself. Don't tell yourself you can't do it, because you're pretty much prophesizing yourself. Really, you can do anything you want. Like I said, yeah, I'm dealing with a boat motor. I'd be dealing with other stuff, car stuff, appliances, like your normal stuff, like I have to replace the heating element in my oven. That's something I could show you. Hey, you see people throw out ovens all the time because it doesn't work, because the heating element is a $20 part. Put it on, it works. Hey, save yourself $500-600, or whatever the case may be. But I want you to know, if I can do it, you can do it. Alright? And have faith in yourself. As Spencer says, I love you. Well, I do love you. We all love you. Alright? And I hope you take care, and I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. Alright? Thanks a lot, guys.